Okay, so get this. Luxury brands, right? They're not exactly known for being recession-proof.
Right.
But then we've got LVMH,
Huh?
this powerhouse. I mean, we're talking Louis Vuitton, Sephora,
Tiffany.
Tiffany, exactly. And they're not just surviving, they're flourishing. How are they doing it? What's the secret sauce?
Well, a big part of it is their brand portfolio.
Okay.
It's incredibly diverse.
Diverse, yeah.
And I don't just mean a lot of brands, but like you're saying, different price points, different categories.
So they're not putting all their eggs in one basket.
Exactly. They've got something for everyone in the luxury market.
Which is smart because even if, let's say, someone's cutting back on, I don't know, a big vacation, they might still splurge on a new lipstick.
Exactly. Or a new fragrance. And Sephora, let me tell you, has been killing it.
Sephora's growth has been off the charts. I mean, double-digit increases. How is that even possible right now?
Well, they've really understood that, especially for younger shoppers, it's not just about the product.
Right. It's an experience.
It's an experience. It's the makeovers, the consultations, constantly bringing in new, trendy brands.
The online presence is huge.
Yeah, right.
You can get lost in Sephora online.
Yeah. And it just makes that purchase feel, I don't know, more justified, even if it's something small.
Absolutely. They're creating a whole vibe.
They are. And you see that in their stores, too.
Yeah.
Those renovations, those flagship openings, it's all about creating that world, that experience that people want to be a part of.
It all comes back to that emotional connection.
Exactly.
And speaking of global connections, we got to talk about China.
Right.
Mixed messages coming out of there. How is LVMH navigating that?
Yeah, it's definitely a little uncertain right now.
Yeah.
But LVMH is playing the long game.
Okay.
They've always been in it for the long haul, especially in China. They know that demand for luxury, it's there.
It's not going away.
It's not going away, and it will rebound.
So they're not panicking.
No, they're playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers.
I like that. Strategic.
Absolutely.
But we'd be remiss if we didn't at least touch on some potential risks.
Of course. There are always risks. I mean, the global economy, right?
That's a big one.
Geopolitics, that's always a factor. Like a major recession, that would definitely impact luxury spending.
Absolutely.
Another one, inventory management.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah.
Particularly in their wines and spirits division.
Oh, okay.
That's a tricky one, right? If they overproduce, that could really hurt their bottom line.
Makes sense.
And then there's always the currency fluctuations.
Always a wild card.
Always a wild card.
But those all sound like pretty standard risks for any global company, right?
You're absolutely right.
Not necessarily unique to LVMH.
Exactly. It's just the name of the game.
So for those of us listening who maybe aren't rocking the Louis Vuitton, why does all of this matter?
That's a great question. So think of LVMH as a kind of like a canary in a coal mine for the global economy. Because luxury spending, it's often the first thing to go when things are shaky and the first thing to come back when things are good.
It's a good indicator.
It's an indicator.
Yeah.
So how LVMH performs, it can give us clues about consumer confidence as a whole.
So even if we're not jet-setting around the world, their story can tell us something about the bigger economic picture.
Exactly.
Here's something to ponder. LVMH, they're all about experiences now. They're investing heavily in that in-store experience. Their online presence is fantastic. If that's the future of luxury, what does that mean for the rest of retail? What's next?